لا إله إلا الله. حمين بتدور. حمين بتدور.
أولاد الأربعة.
لا إله إلا الله.
أولاد الأربعة.
لا إله إلا الله.
The Palestinian struggle is not just a cry for justice. It's a blistering battle for the most fundamental human rights that every living soul on this planet should inherit by birthright. It's an...
Guys, if you're in Chicago...
It all started coming down. As soon as they took those big tan military cameras out of here, the one started to come down. You know, so it tells me.
I'm gonna show random.
All men are born to die. We know it. We carry it with us always. If your day be today, so be it. Mine will be tomorrow. Oh, mine today, yours tomorrow. It matters not. What matters is that you know in your heart that you are the Palestinian resistance. You are Palestine.
You've been trying to go viral.
The red are the executives that are Jewish.
So make sure you watch that whole video, and you're going to see all the corporations that you guys watch and you guys support are all funded by Jewish media. And they're all funded by rich, powerful Jewish people. And the fact that when Kanye said this, everybody tried to turn a blind eye on him.
So the U.S. really thinks that if it gets itself to some type of world war and starts up a draft that I'm about to run into battle, bitch, y'all done lost y'all rabbit ass mind. Especially when you factor in the fact that y'all don't give a fuck about us. Y'all make our lives here so damn difficult for no other reasons than your own personal gain and greed. And you expect me to run off to war? To fight for you?
People are always like,
Hey, boo.
But I take it then you support the freedom-loving attempts of the peaceful marchers in Alabama and these places.
You don't get freedom peacefully. Freedom is never safeguarded peacefully. Anyone who is depriving you of freedom isn't deserving of a peaceful approach.
This idea that the international community supports what Israel is doing acts as if the United States, Western Europe, and a few white settler colonies in Japan are the international community. They aren't. They're a pimple on the backside of humanity. The international community is India and China, Bangladesh, Indonesia, Pakistan, Congo, Nigeria, Brazil. I could go on. Those are the people who voted in the United Nations for a ceasefire. 120 countries. There were 14.
Stop. You want to hear this?
Today, it is prohibited, and you can Google this, to do a DNA test in Israel. Totally forbidden. Wrong. It's illegal. It's a crime. You'll be jailed if you do a DNA test in Israel. Why? Because they know the truth will come out. You come from Poland, you come from Ukraine, you came from Europe, you came from everywhere else. And they were the original Middle Eastern Jews who lived together with the Muslims and the Christians for centuries. For centuries. So what happened to a lot of the Jews who were the Middle Eastern Jews? How come the Palestinians were all or predominantly Muslim? Did you know that there are hundreds of thousands of Palestinian Christians? Did you know that? Across the globe, they are scattered. They suffered as well. In fact, they suffered perhaps more than the Muslims. Do you know that their churches were bombed? Do you know that
when Russia drops bombs on built-up areas in Ukraine, I have no doubt that the people in Ukraine underneath the bombs are terrorized. It's a form of terrorism. When the US, NATO bombed Afghanistan for 20 years and killed several hundred thousand and displaced millions, they were terrorizing the people. A UN survey showed that US NATO bombardments of civilians in Afghanistan, 45% of the people killed were children.
Off the rip, y'all, I just want to say that I'm proud with humanity, that it feels good to be, it feels great to be a human, you know, right now. I'm 26 years old, and to be alive during all of these crazy world-changing times is just crazy, and I would love to believe that I'm standing on the right side of it. I'm attaching these videos crazy. I appreciate you if you still here, you know, because I have a lot to say. I'm not gonna overdo it, but I mean, it's just so much to talk about, man. And it's right in front of our eyes. Like, we all are involved in this governmental, environmental change. I mean, it's just so much going on. It's like overstimulating, like, honestly. And I don't know, like, I get on here to like really, and it's crazy, I get on here to seek information. I get on TikTok to seek information. Like, that in its own sense is like ahead of its own time. Like that like, you can't say that in the 50s, you know, like, you can't go to social media, you can't, you know, you have to, whatever you hear is what you're gonna fucking believe, bro. You know, and the fact that it's so many angles nowadays, you know, that we see, is like, oh, they said, CNN said, Fox said, oh, but why is, oh, like, you know what I'm saying? It's just crazy to see all of this shit, bro. Like, damn, I'm alive knowing there's tons of nuclear warheads that can end everything. Like, we go to sleep, do our regular routine throughout the day, surrounded by nuclear bombs globally. Hoping nobody flip a switch. Like, and then we have to pay bills amongst that to fund those things. Like, we pay bills to fund wars. And whole time, it's like, we don't even give a fuck where it goes. We just want to survive, so we gotta do it. Like, please let me just make my little bones here so I can just survive. Like, we don't even care. Like, we don't even think about shit like that. But nowadays, like I was saying, it's so crazy to be alive during times like this. And again, I'm only 26. Not that it's anybody's business, but fuck. You know? And now it's like, I mean, people talking about not voting and, I mean, all type of shit. I've been saying that for the 1,000th time. Fuck. Like, I don't know. And I don't know, man. I just feel like, again, I'm on the right side of the change. And I feel like, I don't know, just doing a part, just being a part of it, like, it's just, like, it just feels different than what we're used to. Like, wake up, like, speak up, you know, post, or like, just, I don't know, as long as it's not any misinformation, like, bro, like, save the world, do some shit for humankind, man. Like, look at all the videos that, if you took your time, if you skip past 4 minutes and 30 seconds, because that's how long, like, I literally was just screen recording shit, like, damn, like, and it was back to back. Isn't that ironic? Like, all that shit basically was back to back, maybe a couple TikToks in between, but it was really back to back to back to back to back to back. Just people being conscious, and I love it. And just, it's the fact that, damn, like, it's so prominent. It's not a fucking lie. Like, you're not going crazy. It's like you're seeing the consistent shit over and over from different people's, again, vantage points, point of views and shit like that. Like, this shit is so crazy, bro. Like, we really live in it. We are alive in this shit. Like, it's like, it just makes you, it plays with your psyche. Like, what's illegal? What's not legal? What's like, what the fuck? It's the very foundation. It's the construct in which we live in, bro. And now that's why it's kind of, it gives you a slight existential dread, because it's like, damn, like, we about to rewrite history. Like, we could, and I honestly feel like it's about to happen. Like, we about to rewrite history. The people, the fucking resistance, the real Western resistance, you know what I'm saying? And the real global people who, I mean, like, for the betterment, it's like the people around the globe who want the betterment for the world, for the future and shit like that. It's finally, like, leaking out. It's finally, and I've dreamed of days like this. Like, damn, like, would it be in my lifetime? Like, would it happen? I mean, hypothetical, trying to keep it ethical, trying to keep it reasonable, but there is no more fucking reason. There's no more. The only reason is a better future. Literally.